My name is Adam Darimer, and welcome to the next installment of From the Art Factory to You. I began my career in theater with Pied Piper Theater many years ago as a young actor, and since then, I have been working as a director, actor, and teaching artist based in New York City. I am also artistic director of Teatro delle Due, an international original language Shakespeare company in northern Italy. I am thrilled to have returned to my roots at the Art Factory to have taught this spring's Shakespeare in Quarantine class. What you are about to watch is the culmination of a 5-week intensive course in Shakespeare, but with a twist. So often we can think of Shakespeare as slow, confusing, and dated. The intention of this coursework was to understand how that is the absolute opposite of what William Shakespeare intended. His work is meant to be natural, deeply human, and contemporary. With this class, we have taken it even further by examining how some of Shakespeare's most famous characters might have experienced their lives while in quarantine in 2020. This is not just another Scenes from Shakespeare presentation, but an exploration of the emotionally distant turned into the physical, as dictated by the most current global affairs. I certainly hope you enjoy your time watching these artists as much as I have enjoyed working with them for the past several weeks. Enjoy the show.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages.
At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms.
And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school.
And then the lover, sighing like a furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow.
Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth.
And then the justice, in fair round belly and good cape lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part.
The 6th age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with speckles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, his big manly voice turning again towards childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound.
Last scene of all that ends this strange and eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. If it were done, when 'tis done, then 'twere well that it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with surcease success, but here, upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases, there is still judgment here. He is here in double trust, first as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host who should against the murderer shut the door, not bear the knife himself. I have no spur to pluck the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erflaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
He hath almost stopped. Why have you left the chamber?
He asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further with this business. He hath honored me of late.
Was Pope drunk wherein you dressed yourself?
Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to be so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon it like the poor cat in the adage?
Please, peace! I dare do all that becomes a man who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail,
then we fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will with wine and waffle so convince the memory that the warder of the brain be a fume. When in swine sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform against the unguarded? What put upon his spongy officers who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood the sleepy two of his own chambers and used their very daggers that they have done?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away. Mock time with fair show. False face must hide what false heart doth know.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman who much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and very well attended.
Give me my veil, come throw it o'er my face. We'll once to Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
But whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me the modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will audit my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? There lies your way.
No, good swabber, I'm to hold here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have some hideous matter to deliver? When the courtesy of it is so fearful, speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely? What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is here, see. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is't not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white and nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you were the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love and sing them even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, "Oh, Livia!" Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What's your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentle man.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. unless, perchance, you come to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains.
Farewell. Fair cruelty.
To be or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by asleep to say, we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time to grunt and sweat under a weary life? But that the dread of something after death, that undiscovered country from whom no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus, conscience does make cowards of us all and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia. Nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My honored lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
Honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them, words of sweet breath composed, as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty can sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. This was sometime a paradox, but now the time gives it proof. I loved you once.
Indeed, my lord. You made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. For virtue cannot so inoculate our old stock, but we shall relish of it. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent, honest, and yet I could accuse me of such things. It were better my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, and time to act them in. What should fellows such as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves, all, believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
Let the doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell.
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens!
Get thee to a nunnery, and quickly too. Or, if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery. Go, and quickly too. Farewell!
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him!
I have heard of your paintings too, well enough. God hath given you one face, and you make yourselves another. Go to. I'll no more on't. It hath made me mad. I say we will have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one, shall keep. The rest shall live as they are. To a nunnery. Go!
What a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state. The glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I, of all ladies, most deject and wretched, that sucked the honey of his sweet music vows, now see the most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh. That unmatched form of feature and blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I've seen, and to see what I see.
My cousin, my Rosalind, you would have mercy. Not a word.
Not one to throw at a dog.
But is all this for your father?
No. Some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world!
They are but burrs, cousin, thrown upon thee in holiday foolery. If we walk not in their trodden paths, our very petticoats will catch them.
I could shake them off my coat. These burrs are in my heart.
Hand them away.
I would try, if I could cry hen and have him.
Oh, what good wish upon you. But, turning these jests out of service, let us talk in good earnest. Is it possible that on such a sudden you should fall into such a strong liking for Sir Rowland's youngest son?
The Duke, my father, loved his father dearly.
Doth it therefore ensue that you should love his son dearly? By this kind of chase, I should hate him, for my father hated his father dearly, but I hate not Orlando.
No, faith, hate him not for my sake.
Why should I not? Doth he not deserve well?
Let me love him for that, and do you love him because I do.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, uncle?
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if that thou beest found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace, let me the knowledge of my fault bear with me. Never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy father's daughter, there's enough.
So was I when your highness took his dukedom. So was I when your highness banished him. Treason is not inherited, my lord.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
I, Celia, we stayed her here for your sake, else had she with her father ranged along.
I was too young at that time to value her, but now I know her. Why, if she be a traitor, so am I. We still have slept together, rose at an instant, learned, played together, and wheresoever we went, we still went coupled and inseparable.
Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou wilt seem more bright and show more virtuous when she is gone. Then open lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom which I have passed upon her. She is banished.
Pronounce that sentence then on me, my liege. I cannot live out of her company.
You are a fool. You, niece, provide yourself. If you outstay the time, upon mine honor and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, my poor Rosalind, whither wilt thou go? Wilt thou change fathers? I will give thee mine. I charge thee, be not thou more grieved than I am.
I have more cause.
Thou hast not, cousin. Prithee be cheerful. Thou knowest not that the Duke banished his daughter, me?
That he hath not.
No, hath not. Rosalind then lacks the love that teacheth thee that thou and I am one. Shall we be sundered? Shall we part, sweet girl? No. Let my father find another heir. Therefore, devise with me how we may fly.
Why, whither shall we go?
To seek my uncle in the forest of Arden.
Alas, what danger it will be to us maids as we are to travel forth so far. Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
I'll put myself in poor and mean attire, and with a kind of umber smirch my face, the like to you, so we shall pass along and never stir assailants.
Were it not better, because that I am more than common tall, that I do suit me all points like a man?
What should I call thee when thou art a man?
I'll have no worse name than Jove's own page. And look, you call me Ganymede.
Oh, Ganymede.
But what will you be called?
Something that hath a reference to my state. No longer Celia, but Aliena. How about that?
What if we essayed to steal the clownish fool out of your father's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travel?
He'll go along o'er the wide world with me. Leave me alone to woo him. Let's away and get our jewels and wealth together, devise the fittest time and safest way to hide us from the pursuit that will be made after my flight. Now go we in content to liberty and not to banishment.
How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She will close and be herself whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of the world that thinks destroyed, both worlds suffer. Ere we will eat our meals in fear and sleep in the affliction of those dreams that shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead who wing to gain our peace, sent to their peace, than on the torture of the restless mind to suffer. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle, my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial for your guest tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present of evidence both with eye and tongue, unsafe the while, that we must lave our honors in these flattering streams and make our faces visards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this!
Full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his faience lives.
But in them nature's copies not etern.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath made his cloistered flight, ere to Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Oh, be innocent of knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which makes me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of the day do droop and drowse, while the night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.